Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, my name is Psychic Bella Love, and you can book your own personal private reading with me on my website, psychicbellalove.com, or join my spiritual community for just $9 a month. I post daily on my Patreon. That is where we talk about uncensored things that we can't talk about on YouTube, and we focus on spiritual growth. So that information will be linked in the description box below. And yes, that is correct. My calendar is back open to the public. I no longer have a wait list, and you can directly go to my website and book an appointment. My schedule, my price, everything will be on there for you. And again, that information will be linked down below. This is going to be just a quick look on everything that's going on with Kenny Petty's lawsuit with Jennifer Huff in the state of New York. If you have been keeping up on my channel, we've been talking about all of this, so I just wanted to do a quick update since obviously the lawsuit that she had with Nikki was dropped for the time being, although she's said that she's going to file elsewhere or pursue other legal options elsewhere. That is yet to be seen. So we're gonna just take a look real quick because as of right now, they're in the midst of whatever they have going on over there. And then, of course, Kenny has a separate lawsuit against the state of New York itself for not notifying him that he was supposed to be on the registry list. And so we'll take a look at that separately at the end. But we're going to focus on Jennifer and Kenny right now. Disclaimer, I am a real psychic. I don't need cards. I'm just using them to stay out of Jennifer's nasty ass energy and Tyrone's. So I will hold up any cards that matter. I'm in the middle of ordering new equipment, but where I'm going to be filming is to change as well because my son's going to be home from school for the summer, so I can't lock him out of the rest of the house to film in the dining room like I have. So I gotta get things rearranged in my room to go back to filming in there. And I asked on a previous video, I'm gonna ask here if you guys are okay with having audio only videos, no visuals. If you are, because that's what I mostly do in my Patreon, I can upload way more content than if it has to be on camera. So let's see, Spirit, please join us. We're just going to take a quick look at Kenny Petty versus Jennifer Huff. She still has a lawsuit against him in the state of New York pending. What do we know about all of this? Thank you. Okay. Expect that within a matter of 3, this lawsuit's gonna have to get abandoned too. It's not, I doubt it's gonna be 3 days from now. I'm pre-recording this and today is May 4th, 2022. Because my son broke his leg and had to have surgery. So my time is like so limited, which is I have to sit down and pre-record every time that I do have some sort of a break these days. So I doubt it's going to be within 3 days. It feels more, it could be as soon as 3 weeks or 3 months. I'm airing closer to 3 months. But there's going to be some third-party information that Kenny's side is going to present that's going to basically cause Jen's side to have to like be really realistic with her and tell her like, we have to walk away from this. We have zero opportunity of winning this case. And it does feel like it's a combination of evidence, witness statements, because I keep hearing from Spirit the smoking gun, so to speak, as to what, you know, how this is going to end up playing out. But yeah, I mean, all the three cards keep coming up, the Three of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Three of Swords, and Spirit is talking about this as in being evidence from a third party statements, third party involvement that's going to come back and be that, you know, the devil that bites you in the ass and causes all of this to fall apart. So I still see things working out on Kenny's side, because what little bit that they did have as sort of any proof, evidence to move forward with all of this in the first place was very thin, is what Spirit is saying. It's like they were walking on thin ice, and now that ice really melted and they don't really have a whole lot to stand on anymore. Also, I've always told you guys this. If she went as far as she did to pursue any lawsuits about Kenny or Nikki, not only does it give Kenny a chance finally to tell his side of things through his court statements, you know, and documents, but also that it would open everything back up through discovery, where each side has to present evidence to prove this thing did or didn't happen, right? And I always said this is the thing that was going to kick open that door, that was going to bring up evidence that Kenny would be able to then take back to the state of New York and start working on the process of getting himself exonerated. Spirit is saying the same thing that's going to come up, that's going to force them to have to dismiss or abandon the lawsuit that she has against Kenny, is the same evidence that Kenny is going to be able to take to the state of New York and get himself exonerated in the long run. So this works out for Kenny in two ways. And this is what's funny, is we might see him have to walk away from this case that he opened right now against New York, but then we get to come back and file with more evidence and a like clean, you cannot, you know, not give me a new trial or look over this kind of stuff, because once again, it's that smoking gun. It's that admittance of he never actually did these things to me. It was a lie because I was mad because he had another girlfriend and I just was pissed off and I was having the worst day of my life. You know, that letter that everybody was mentioning and stuff, that could resurface. There is something that is coming back up that is that hardcore evidence that not only did Kenny never do anything to her in the first place, which means this lawsuit doesn't get to move forwards, but also that now Kenny gets to go get his original conviction overturned. And that's the way that Spirit keeps talking about it, and specifically why they use this Wheel of Fortune. Because the wheel represents that it's always turning, right? Same thing with the world. The world is always spinning. So it's overturned. It was one way, now we're going circling back and we're done. Here's Kenny victorious. King of Wands. We know Kenny is an Aries. Victorious. So Kenny's going to end up getting exonerated. This lawsuit is going nowhere, guys. And let me tell you, all of these, you know, contradictory stories that she constantly has been going out and giving, with all of the constant podcast interviews, and I'm on this person's channel and I'm on this clubhouse and this Twitter space or whatever, where the details and the statements constantly were changing. Lawyers have been documenting all of these different things, and if you get on the stand, they're gonna ask you, so which one was it? And that alone is what's gonna, you know, pull the whole house of cards down. So Anyways, guys, I am going to go ahead and end that here. Kenny is going to be finally, have his name cleared. She's not winning any lawsuits against him. Oh, and let me see, because as far as I know, there hasn't been any sort of decision around any of the sanction type stuff. So let me just ask real quick. Spirit, will Nikki be successful in getting these sanctions against Jennifer and her lawyer? Thank you. Just yes or no. Will we get a favorable decision for Nikki with the sanctions against Jennifer? Nikki's coming out victorious in that, and here's Jenny. Pension those pennies. Jenny no penny, pension the pennies. Alrighty, and I don't care if anybody wants to get mad and say that I'm being mean to a victim. I fully support real victims. I don't support fake victims like Amber Heard and Jenny No Penny, who like to lie on men and destroy their lives for no reason. Same thing with Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I have to like toe the line to not piss off anybody. No, screw that. I'm still a human being. I'm a Libra. And it's wrong when anybody lies and says that somebody did something that they didn't do. And I have been a real victim of things. And I know how hard it is for real victims to actually be heard, to get any justice, to be believed, to receive any support. And when women like Amber and Megan and Jenny do what they do, it makes it even harder for the rest of us. So I'm not going to sit here and try to be nice and play like I don't have a feeling about it. And guess what? That doesn't have anything to do with the psychic part of it. So if you have an issue with it, it is free to leave and unsubscribe. You don't have to be here. I'm gonna delete your weird ass comments anyways, because I don't care. It's my channel. Go make your own page with your own opinions. Put your own face on it, because most people who have, oh, you're this and you're that, I don't see your real face attached to anything. So stop being a keyboard warrior. All right, well, now let's see. I guess that's it, right? So, all right, guys, if you wanted to book your own personal private reading or join my Patreon, all that information will be linked down below. Just keep in mind, I always keep it real, so Patreon may not be the place for you because we really do get into all of it. So, love ya. Bye.